Good morning. My name is James Olson from Reality Sales Training, and welcome to the Sales Reality Check. Today we're going to talk about the non-answer answer. Obfuscation, sidestepping, whatever you want to call it, it's very important and it goes on in sales all the time. And how we handle these situations is going to define our relationship with the customer. So many sellers tell me, oh, I'm a relationship seller. I say, yeah, well, what kind of relationship? I want to build the right kind of relationship. So a non-answer answer happens from the very first call to the customer. I'm going to give you an example. So we call our customer the very first time. We're selling them a commodity. We say to our customer, John, could you tell me, what are your main three items? He says, well, I buy 2x4, 2x6, and 7/16 OSB. Okay. How much of that 2x4 do you buy per month? And the customer says, I buy a fair amount. That's what I call a non-answer answer. And most sellers let that go because they want to be likable. There's a difference between being agreeable and being likable. And training happens from the very first question. So if you say to the customer, how much of that do you use per month? And they say, I use a fair amount. That's an obfuscation, a sidestep. If you let that go, if we let that go, we've said to the customer, it's okay to not answer my question. And it is not okay. And believe me, they'll not answer our questions up to the moment until they buy it from somebody else. So be hyper aware of when you ask a question that's a normal business question that deserves an answer and your customer sidesteps you. I'm not saying drop a bomb on them. Just ask them very politely again, hey, I know that you don't know exactly how much you use, but could you give me a ballpark? Now, if they continue to sidestep, it's okay. The main thing for me is that we send the message. When I ask you a question and you sidestep me, I'm aware of it and I'm going to re-ask my question. I'm going to revisit. We're not going to start a war every time we ask questions from the customer. But when they sidestep us, we need to let them know, hey, I really do need an answer to that. And the other great thing about sidesteps, and when we become aware of them, is we realize that they also send us a message. Because if the customer is sidestepping that question, why are they sidestepping it? So it's all the more important for us to circle back around. And when they give us that non-answer answer on the quantity, the quality, who they're buying, how they're buying it from, to circle back around like a good detective and say, well, John, I know you don't know exactly, but can you give me an idea? So psychologically, it will help us with the customer, and actually in terms of finding out the actual information that we need. So that's the non-answer answer. Don't let it happen to you. Be ready for it and be ready for a follow-up question. Appreciate you tuning in today. Until next time, my name's James Olson. Let's go get an order.